couldn't call tonight's meeting to order. Let's have the roll call.
Kessler.
Here.
Walters. Rarden.
Here.
Ewert.
Here.
Benner.
Here.
Parton.
Here.
Crum.
Here.
Thompson.
Here.
Tonight's invocation was given by Pastor Rusty Westerfield of the First Christian Church.
Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for these men and women who lead our city and make serious decisions, Lord. And I just pray your blessing on them tonight as they meet together. Thank you for the part that we all play in this town, Lord, and just to make it a better place to live. We just thank you for our country. We know we've got a lot of issues, but Father, we're so thankful to live here and for the blessing of being an American. I love you and I praise you for all that you do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's a really big boot there.
Be careful.
She's trying.
Kick here or hit you with my cane.
You see her kicking over there at some other place. Okay, where are we here? Special order of business. Before we start your appointments, you can cross out both of those. The people changed their mind, so we don't need to have any appointments for tonight.
Short meeting.
Discipline.
Gotta find a couple of people out there to the library board. Special order of business A is a proclamation designating April as Fair Housing Month. So what I'd like to do is a proclamation that I as the mayor, on behalf of the citizens, do our proclaim that the month of April as Fair Housing Month, and express the hope that these years of service will promote fair housing practices throughout the city. I want to approve that. Ms. Carter?
Make a motion to allow the mayor to sign the proclamation designated April Fair Housing Month. Second.
Motion second to designate April as Fair Housing Month. Discussion, question.
Kessler.
Yes.
Rarden.
Yes.
Ewert.
Yes.
Benner.
Yes.
Parton.
Yes.
Crum.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
In item B, I've got a proclamation that we will designate April 26th as Arbor Day. This is something that we've been doing every year. We've got our designation later as being another tree city. So we would like to do a proclamation making April 26th Friday as Arbor Day. Mr. Kessler?
Make a motion to approve the proclamation designating April 26, 2019 as Arbor Day.
Second.
Motion second to approve April 26th as Arbor Day. Discussion? Question?
Kessler.
Yes.
Rarden.
Yes.
Ewert.
Yes.
Benner.
Yes.
Parton.
Yes.
Crum.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Along with that, we will have our tree planting on April the 30th. And it will be over in the new park area by the pool and activity center. So we'll send out some notification to later to let everybody know. Presentation approval minutes, minutes of March 25th, 2019. Mr. Bennett?
I make a motion, we approve the minutes of March 25th, 2019.
Second.
Second.
Third.
Motion and a second to approve the minutes, March 25th, 2019. Discussion? Question?
Kessler.
Yes.
Rarden.
Yes.
Ewert.
Yes.
Benner.
Yes.
Parton.
Yes.
Crum.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Citizens be heard, nothing on the agenda. Item 2, approval license and bond. We have the refuse hauler license renewal for best value services. Mr. Crum?
I'll make a motion that we accept the renewal for best value services at 1939 Emmett Avenue for refuge hauler's license.
Second.
Motion second to approve the refuse hauler's license renewal for best value services. Discussion? Question?
Kessler.
Yes.
Rarden.
Yes.
Ewert.
Yes.
Benner.
Yes.
Parton.
Yes.
Crum.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Item 3, introduction of ordinance and resolutions. We have nothing. Item 4, notice and communications. A, government body announcements. Body announcements? Sure.
Going on at the library, tomorrow at 6 o'clock, they'll be having another Medicare seminar, so if you're getting ready to go on Medicare and you want to get some information, you can go over to the library at 6 o'clock tomorrow. The next Lego Club is on April 11th from 4 to 6. Parents as teachers on April 12th will have a book look boogie over at the library. On the 13th at 2 o'clock, you'll have the genealogy group meeting and the Chamber of Commerce luncheon for April, which is on the 18th, will be at the library at 11 a.m. And then I also want to mention that on the 19th, beginning at 10 o'clock until midnight, will be the 39th annual readathon. You're encouraged to go over and sign up to read if you would like, or go over and listen to people read during that time. That's all I got from the library. And then from the school district, Haysville West has a little over 500 students, and they had about 240 of them that made honor roll this past semester, and they were kind of excited about that almost 50% of the students over there at West made the honor roll. Baseball team's been playing great, so has the softball team. Track team's been doing well, the girls swim team's been doing well. There's a lot of activities going on. This week, a group of students at campus got together and they're having what they're calling NICE Week. It's Noticing Individuals Caring Every Day. And they're kind of getting together and doing community activities every day. This morning, a lot of high school kids were at all the elementary schools and the middle schools greeting kids as they came to school. Tonight, they're doing a painting activity at campus. Thursday, they're having a fundraiser volleyball tournament over by the Hack to help raise money for a local mom who has been battling cancer. They just got activities like that going on all day, and it's just to try to get kids at the high school more involved in the activity. And it was put on completely, brought up, and it's put on completely by students. It's not by a group or by a sponsor. It's just a bunch of students that got together that wanted to try to do something like this. And it's a pretty cool event, so you may see more high school kids around doing things this week. And that's all I have.
Very good. Senior Center activities, Tuesday, April 9, WSU Well Rep, 10:30. Thursday, April 11, Steps Exercise Class at 10 o'clock. Friday, April 12th, Senior Birthday Dinner with Bingo following at 5:30. Monday, April 15th, Chair Yoga at 10 a.m. Wednesday, April 17th, Food Bank Bingo at 12:30. And then Wednesday, April 17th, Commodities Distribution at 1 o'clock. Senior Center, 529-5903 if you're interested in any of those. Okay. Seeing no other announcements, we'll then move on to item B, is the letter that we've received from the Kansas chapter of the American Public Works Association, showing that we've been given a award for the Southeast Waterline Emergency Improvements for disaster or emergency construction repair. This is the water line that we put in for everyone down south because of the cleaners, yes. And PC and also No Walk Me Above. Tony is going to go, I think, at this.
Yes.
Okay. All right, anything else?
So just a little background, the American Public Works Association Project of the Year awards are established to promote excellence in demonstrating creativity, skill, and efficiency in the delivery of public works projects that have a profound effect on the community. This project the mayor spoke about installed 8.7 miles of water line, over 40 fire hydrants, but most importantly, it provided 211 of our family, friends, and neighbors safe potable drinking water. As the mayor stated, I'll be representing the city at the award ceremony in Salina on May 9th, and this project will be forwarded to nationals for consideration there.
Mr. Crum, question?
Have we shared this info with like the League of Municipalities or anything to try to make sure we get info in magazine and stuff?
Yeah, Ginger's just completed a draft of the Meteor news release, and then she'll be working on that to finish and get it out.
Okay, thank you. I think that's important. We need to make sure people know we're doing good things down here.
Very good. Thanks, Tony. Item C is a letter and press release from the Arbor Day Foundation designating us again as a Tree City USA. And our planning will be on the 30th of 5th. And you've got the next is a memo of the new businesses in town. There's several. Fair Capital Self-Storage LLC, they're already there, but I think this is a change in ownership. Frederick Hart is a painting instructor. K4 Hearing LLC, doing business as Miracle Ear Plant Restoration, Home Maintenance, and RZ Electric, an electrical contractor. So, like we've had several new businesses. And then we've had one door-to-door license. So that's Rogers Contracting LLC. Old business, a consideration of the proposed changes to the personnel manual. Council?
Items that have come up between last council meeting and this one, we made some corrections in the FMLA section, and there were 2 job descriptions that we made, basically typo type corrections to. One was on the animal control officer, which Councilmember Thompson pointed out, removing the extra sentence saying that a certified transcript would be accepted in lieu of a diploma, because we already had that added back in another section. And then Rec Assistant 1, we had Rec Assistant 2 on the second page instead of Rec Assistant 1. So we made those, and I think Councilmember Rardon had one to bring up that I heard about, but go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was looking through this, and I understand this is a lot to digest and a lot to go through, but I was looking at each one of and underneath the captain's position, it said personnel relations, and in which every officer on there has, and it says frequent contact with the general public, co-workers, subordinate, and personnel. And then I noticed that on the captain position, it was completely marked through, says frequent contact with the governing body, but none of the other officers, they had limited contact with the governing body, but this one was, so I didn't know if that was for a reason, or if it was
So when we were talking about that one, I think Chief told me to knock it down to more in the limited contact, and I think I just crossed it out. So I would propose, if you guys are going to accept the changes that we have, that you would add that to the motion to change the captain job description to have limited contact with the governing body added back in.
Okay.
And I don't want to take away time for questions, but if you didn't have any questions and you wanted to approve the changes, I would ask that you approve them to take effect on April 22nd. But I'm still standing for questions.
Seeing no other questions, anybody want to make a motion? Anyone would not want to make a motion? Mr. Burton?
I make a motion, we approve the handbook for the personnel manual with the
Change to the captain
to captain
job description.
to say limited contact with government body.
Second.
Motion second to approve the manual with the changes as presented. Discussion? Mr. Kessler?
Would also need to be brought up as far as becoming effective on April 22nd.
Yeah, you
So
want to move?
moved.
Go ahead.
Second.
That was an amendment, I take it somewhere.
UTC.
UTC.
You seconded the amendment?
I did. I seconded everything.
Okay. Now is there any discussion? Question?
Kessler,
Yes.
Rardon,
yes.
Ewert,
Yes.
Inner,
Yes.
Parton,
Yes.
Crum,
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Crum?
Well, I did want to thank you and the staff to get together and go through that manual, because I know that's a lot. You guys do a good job at it.
Like I said, well, there was nothing against you guys. I understand that is a lot to digest and go through and everything. It's just, it was something that I caught and I brought it forward. But I'm like Councilman Crum. I think you guys did an awesome job. That's a lot of stuff to digest.
Thank you.
Item 6, other business. A, consideration agreement with the Haysville Swim Club.
Meeting Mayor and Council, you have before you our annual contract with the swim club to use the pool. Changes are highlighted in red, most of them are dates. Can answer any questions you guys want to ask.
Question? Don't see any. Mr. Crum?
Actually, I have some questions, but I should probably go down there to ask them, because I can't vote on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, because I'm gonna have a contract with
You
them.
have a conflict of interest?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of the changes on there are dates, but there's also a lot of changes on there that it puts a lot more cost on the swim team than we have been in the past. The requirement about having a lifeguard at each practice, and it's gotta be a city employee, and we have to pay them $9 an hour. Every year we have at least one of the coaches that is a lifeguard. We have 4 coaches. We have one coach that works with 8 and under, one coach that works with 9 and 10, one coach that works with 11 and 12, and then one that works with the 13 to 18s. And so, the most any coach is watching is 3 lanes, and one of the coaches has always been a lifeguard anyway. And so that's incurring quite a cost back on the swim team. And here about 5 years ago, the swim team started giving reduced cost to families when they came in. If they get free and reduced lunches for the school district and they bring that documentation with them, then they don't pay as much to be on the team either. So just little things like that. I don't remember normally we're paying $100 a practice, right?
A meet?
A meet. On Thursdays, or on the Thursday, no, just for the meets. So on the Thursday of the league meet, when we're gonna come in and set up early, do we have to pay for that Thursday even though we don't pay for Thursdays the rest of the year?
Yes.
Can I ask why?
Yep, so I'll explain all this. So there is a little confusion there is a mistake on the explaining for the Haysville guards. So I didn't get asked that question previously, but it was only for during swim meets that lifeguards on the stand be Haysville lifeguards that are currently employed by the city, so they know our safety and procedures and where everything is at the pool.
Okay.
Not for during lessons. So I can get that reworded to
In
change
practice.
that at practices.
Okay.
Yeah, if that was interpreted that way, I was never asked, they didn't ask me that question
Okay.
previously.
Well, that's how I read it.
Okay, yeah, they didn't ask me that when I sent this and they sent it back to me signed, so, as far as the swim meets, so swim meets have previously always been $100 for swim meets. They have always had 2 or 3 per year. This year they have 2. They're $100 per meet. They don't usually set up the night prior for a swim meet, so we can have lessons or a rental that night. For swim finals, they are requesting the pool for Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday. That means we close down Thursday night after swim lessons, and we don't have a rental that night. We don't have any open daily passes or anything on Friday, and we don't have anything open to the public on Saturday. So we don't have any rental income or any daily admissions on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Thursday night for setup, I said they could, after swim lessons, which we typically have a rental that night, which a rental income is $150 for a base rental price. So on Thursday, I said if they wanted it, it would be $100. That's what they were charged last year. Friday will be $150. Last year it was $100. Saturday will be $150 for the total day. That's the price. There's a $50 increase from last year. Actually, total overall, it's only a $100 increase from last year.
Okay. So I was concerned about the lifeguard because that was gonna add up quick.
Yeah, and we can make that amendment for that change. I didn't mean it that way. I only meant for during meets, so that when there's other kids and that many kids in the pool, that it was our lifeguards on stand that know our safety and procedures and everything of our pool.
Right.
And because those lifeguards also take care of stocking the bathrooms, making sure
Right, and
materials
we
and
like
everything.
that, I mean, that's,
Yeah.
so I didn't have a problem with the meets, I was
Is
just.
there a wording change in these, or is just a interpretation?
The way I look at it, it's an interpretation, because it's in the paragraph that talks about HSC shall be responsible for hiring and paying lifeguards for swim meets, and at least one lifeguard must be on stand during the entire meet. HSC is responsible for recruiting and scheduling the guards. Lifeguards must be employees of the city of Haysville and will be paid $9 an hour. So it's in the section talking about lifeguards for swim meets.
Okay.
There's only some meets.
Only swim meets, and they've always paid them that amount.
Okay, so it doesn't need changed wording wise, just
Right.
sounds like it was just
Then
interpreted.
the only other question I had was about the league meets. It talks about getting permission to use the Wi-Fi. It's city Wi-Fi.
So there wasn't, there is brought up about, I just listed that. So requests for food trucks, vendors, signage, electrical, bleachers, parking, Wi-Fi will need to go through at least 2 weeks prior. Last year, I had a whole lot of requests, the day before, 2 days before, that I hadn't been asked about, so I'm just asking to get them prior to.
What would we have to do extra for Wi-Fi?
So the Wi-Fi they had asked me about last year, they were under the interpretation that there's something different with the city Wi-Fi, that there's a different side of it, but there's really not. It's only one band width for the Wi-Fi. There's not a back entry or, you know, I guess I don't have a better explanation for that for electronics. But they had asked for that, but when that many people is there, it gets overloaded. And it's not gonna be any quicker than our computers and everything when we're working on the Wi-Fi isn't any quicker.
So even if we ask for Wi-Fi, we can't get any more anyway, right?
You can use it, but it's not
Right.
gonna, it's gonna
Okay.
be overloaded. When
Right.
we have a middle school event at our activity center, or during the summer when there's a ton of kids there, Wi-Fi's slow. I mean, my members tell me that too. I can't, there's nothing I can do about it, it's just overloaded. During the swim meet, it gets slow too. But that's why last year I had suggested they get a hotspot, so that they're the only ones connecting to it, and not everybody else is.
Okay, okay, thanks. That's all I had.
Would you like to approve this, council? Discussion?
Make a motion to approve the agreement with the Haysville Swim Club as presented.
Second.
Vote second to approve the agreement with Haysville Swim Club. Discussion? Question?
Kessler,
Yes.
Burden,
Yes.
Hewert,
Yes.
Benner,
Yes.
Parton,
Yes.
Crum,
Abstain.
Thompson.
Yes.
Thank you.
Item B, consideration of a temporary spatial event permit application.
Okay, this one is for a gender reveal at the Haysville Activity Center rental room on May 11th. I spoke with the individual, the applicant. He's expecting 50 to 60 people with around 20 kids there, and activities planned are pretty calm, you know, sitting, standing, walking, you know, nothing crazy. So I'm requesting approval for this, contingent on him getting me this liability certificate of insurance as stated on the application.
Mr. Crum?
I'm curious if they told you how the reveal was gonna be done, because I've seen some reveals that are really, really messy.
Yeah.
I didn't ask him the particular reveal. The last one I went to, they had a box with confetti and balloons. They just popped it open.
Does everyone know what a gender reveal is? I didn't.
Yeah.
It's not a flasher.
But it could be.
Maybe in some contexts.
My grandson-in-law kicked a football, and it was very messy, because he kicked it, and when it bounced on
I was gonna say,
the neighbors.
So they have been given the rules for the rental room. There is certain restrictions and everything like that.
Okay,
They're
'cause
listed
like
in
that
there, and as
powder
far as
stuff
cleanup
is-
and everything like that,
It
they're
is a
responsible
mess
for
to
it, and they
clean
know
up.
they'll lose a deposit, so.
okay, I just,
Yeah, it could be everywhere in that park. I don't know, I'm sorry.
Inside?
Outside, if that's where it's at.
It's inside.
Oh,
I guess I will be asking now.
Inside the building.
I think you better ask.
Mr. Crum?
I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve this, contingent on the fact that they give Will the,
Insurance certificate.
insurance certificate.
Second.
Second.
Vote second to approve the temporary spatial event permit pending insurance certificates. Discussion? Question?
Kessler,
Yes.
Burden,
Yes.
Hewert,
Yes.
Benner,
Yes.
Parton,
Yes.
Crum,
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Department reports, Will?
Nothing.
Jay didn't leave anything, did she?
No.
Chief?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Our visiting officer this evening is Sergeant Novak. He's currently assigned to the swing shift, so he works all the shifts one day or another during the week. So say hi to him as you go by out there. He is working with our new canine that we received, doing some training. So since he's up to speed and trained, then we'll have him out on the street. Coffee with his cop is this Wednesday, the 10th at 7:15 in the morning. We'll be out at Haysville West Middle School. So anybody would like to come by out there and say hi, please feel free to. Also, our severe weather awareness training is this Thursday night at 6:30, right next door in the police and court building in the courtroom. So we invite everybody to come out and learn about severe storms. Hopefully we'll have it. Thanks.
Thank you. Tony?
Just one thing, Sedgwick County will be conducting a waste tire collection on April 19th and April 20th. It'll take place from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. for county residents only, and this event will be held at the county's West Yard at 4701 South West Street. You can find more information or particulars on the Sedgwick County's website.
Does that mean that anyone inside of a city limits cannot go? It's gotta be, you gotta be in county itself.
Any part of the county at all. Actually, the day before is open to municipalities, so we actually take some of our tires from Public Works down there to recycle as well.
Okay, so just the whole Sedgwick County. Recreation, Georgie.
So I believe I have some photos to show first. These are from the soccer games on Saturday. Zach said he's in here somewhere. He was gonna point himself out.
I see you.
Where are you, Zach?
I'm there on the left.
Are you wearing purple?
Yeah, no,
Right
I'm
by
wearing
his
purple.
car.
That's all I see.
So you can kind of see how the parking's working out, the fields, kids on the fields a little bit. Tony took these for us, so.
My goodness.
I went down there Saturday, I almost never got out. It was great.
You don't realize how many kids come to watch, or
Lots.
kids and parents come to watch soccer
Yeah.
until you're actually there, so. And the weather was nice finally, so
It was right
we
there.
were grateful for that.
Did
But
you
How's
see
the
yourself,
concession?
Will?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
How's the
I thought-
concession stand coming?
They're working on the roof. Aren't they waiting on material?
Yeah, they're waiting on the roof material, and they're gonna start the rest of the trade as soon as they receive that and get it installed. But looking good.
And that, the one picture didn't show the dog park very well. Is that, I mean, there was one you could see, the actual full outline of the dog park up there too.
Yeah.
So, it's coming along.
So we did share those pictures on our Facebook page too, if you're wanting to look at them again, they're on there also, so.
So where's the dog park?
So on the right.
On the right.
Oh, okay. It's not fenced in yet, or?
All the poles are in and they got the concrete around it run, but the fence is not up. And the sprinklers are.
Marked where they're gonna dredge to, is that
That's the
accurate?
high side of the.
The high side, okay.
If you go by 47th Street off Turnpike and look over there how much dirt that they brought in, you know, it looks like a lot of dirt, but they're not even close to what needs to be brought out. You got a different picture, or no?
That's
Each of
what
the
it
trucks is 12 tons, right?
Yeah, I know you come out like early in the morning, I mean, starting about 7 o'clock. It's just, the trucks are already loaded and they're headed north,
No, yeah.
you know, so.
We'll try and get next time a drone picture instead, so maybe the fencing will be up of the dog park, you can get a lot better idea of what the dog park is too. So, you have more?
I have more, I'm sorry. So Sunday, we have our Easter egg hunt in Riggs Park. It will be 3 p.m. It's for 10 and younger, and it is free. I believe there is going to be a special appearance from the Easter Bunny. We have pool sales that will start on Monday, so that'll be pool rentals, swim lessons, pool season passes will also go on sale then. Swim lesson registration will be available online this year, that is new. Also, we have no school on the 19th and 22nd, so there's SOS days, and then we are taking registration for our camps during the summer. We have soccer and basketball going on. I think that's all I have.
Thank you, Georgie. Item 8, appointments, we have none. Item 9, opportunities of citizens to be heard, we have none. And item 10, executive session, we have none. Item 11, bills we pay, for the first half of April. Zero?
Yes, I'll make a motion that we pay the first half of April bills.
Second.
No second, first half of April, bills, discussion, question.
Kessler,
Yes.
Burden,
Yes.
Ewert,
Yes.
Benner,
Yes.
Parton,
Yes.
Crum,
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
12, consent agenda, nothing. 13, council items, council concerns, council. Mr. Gordon?
I just had a question, something that, you know, with the April 1st, we went to the stronger alcohol that everybody in town and everybody else went through the. Does this affect our applications for the special permit use? I mean, does it affect the license? I mean,
You mean the percentage of beer that they be
Right.
serving? It talks about cereal malt beverage, and the 6% is now cereal malt beverage.
Yes.
Okay.
So think of it as CMB used to be 3.2 and now it's up to 6.
Right.
So as long as you do that, our licenses have not changed. We still have a separate license for beer and
Okay.
then liquor. But if you get the beer license, it's up to 6%.
6%, okay. I was kinda curious.
Mr. Crum?
Not really concerned, just kind of curiosity with everything we've got going with the lake in the high process of being, getting done, and the dog park. Do we have any, first off, with the dog park, do we have any advertising plans to get stuff on the turnpike and stuff, so people know that we have a dog park right there and people can get off the turnpike? And do we have it worked into a marketing plan when it comes to the lake? When it gets finished, do we have anything set up with wildlife and parks in the state to make sure we get it stocked? And how long are we gonna, have we looked at a plan to see how long we should leave it stocked before we start allowing fishing? And are we looking at all this ahead?
Yeah, we're definitely we'll explore the turnpike, just to say dog park next left, because people travel with their dogs. They want to get out and stretch and run their dogs, and with GPS, it's an easy navigation over there, and kind of in coordination with our citywide wayfinding that we hope to have going this year. That'll kind of complement that, but yeah, we will definitely we are making plans for the turnpike with that.
And yes, there truly has not been a true marketing plan set, since we didn't have an idea when it would be finished. But yeah, I think you're right, we truly will push it heavier, Facebook and all those type of things. We'll put out signage and that type of thing.
And what about stocking the lake?
I don't think we even talked to the stocking the lake.
So, I mean, our staff has a pretty good, close relationship with Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks, so we've kind of talked generally about that just as it gets closer, and not having a final date of when everything will be done with the weather and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to move too far ahead.
I didn't know, because if it was a new lake, if you have to let, hey, we got another spot that's gonna have to be, that we need to fill up, to see if they like take orders. I don't know for sure how all that works. I just wanna make sure that we can try to get it stocked and get it stocked well. And I also don't want us to rush it, and if they say you need to stock it, then you need to not allow fishing for a month to let everything, whatever. We need to make sure we do this right, because we're only gonna get one shot to do it right the first time.
Yeah, and since they're gonna be actually draining it now, and that's the idea, it will be drained, so there won't be any water in there now. When they get ready to finish digging it, they will de-water the whole lake. So there won't be any water there.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do fish have to acclimate to?
Well, if you want them to live, they do.
Well, I mean, I know that, but I mean, when you bring in fish from somewhere else,
They actually always advise us to let the 4th of July fish that get delivered, we always get them delivered a week beforehand because of that. That's what they recommend, at least a week.
that way they can go wherever they want to.
And I think that's a little dependent on the species that you're stocking too.
Yeah, well,
I mean, in
yeah.
some places they stock trout in Kansas, which typically don't survive in Kansas waters very long anyway. It's just
No,
not cold
because
enough.
Boeing Lake used to stock trout. I have another question. Actually, it's not a concern, it's a thank you to Tony and his crew for bringing the dirt over to our owl's nest. It was very,
Absolutely.
it was really nice.
Discussion?
I just want to congratulate the Public Works in the city on receiving that award. I know it's a big undertaking, took a while, and there are a lot of people involved, all the state level, city level, Public Works. So I just want to say congratulations.
Ms. Burke?
I just wanted to pass on a citizen who's a veteran and left me a message that he would really like to see a flag in the gym over at the Hack. So I pass that on.
Other concerns or statements or anything you want to bring up, council? Zach's ready to answer those questions.
Defer to Tony.
You're all doing a great job.
Seeing none, we'll go to item B, council action request updates. We have none. And item 14 is adjournment.
Mayor Johnson, I make a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
Second.
Motion second to adjourn. Discussion? Question?
Kessler?
Yes.
Burton?
Yes.
Ewert?
Yes.
Sinner?
Yes.
Parton?
Yes.
Crum?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.